Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Simply Sadie, and today I'm going to be showing you how to crochet these little ornaments with faces on them, but you can add decorations to them if you want to. You don't have to add faces. If you want it to just be a solid color, you can do that. If you want to decorate it more for Halloween, you can do so. If you want to do it for Christmas or Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day, whatever you want. I'm just going to be showing you how to crochet these, and I'm going to be showing you how to do one of the faces. So let's get started with what we need. I am using a 4.5mm crochet hook today, and this is by the brand the Crochet Light, and this one actually lights up when you turn it on. You're going to need your two types of yarn. Both are from Red Heart. This is a purple. It looks blue, I'm sure, but this is a purple, and this is a pink. I'm going to be doing the full body in the pink and then the face in the blue. And these are Red Heart Super Saver, size 4, so worsted weight. If I can find the links to these types of yarns, I will put them in the description box. I don't know the exact names of these, and so I will try to find them online, but I apologize for that. You are going to need a yarn needle. I'm just using this little one because it fits the yarn through the eye of the needle pretty well. And if you want to use a slightly bigger sized needle, you can. I have several different sizes in my crochet kit, so it doesn't really matter, just as long as you can get it through your stitches. That's all that matters, and that you can get your yarn through the eye of the needle. You're going to need a stitch marker. These are my favorites. They clasp together, so you can just put them into your work and then clasp them. But if you don't have these, you can always use a piece of yarn that is not the same color as your project you are working on. You're going to need some scissors, and you're going to need some stuffing. I have polyfill stuffing, and you're not going to need a whole lot of this. Even depending on how stuffed you want your ornament to be, you can use a bigger amount of stuffing or smaller amount of stuffing, whatever you prefer. Alright, so I'm going to start off with the pink. So for round 1, you're going to start with a magic circle with 6 stitches. If you don't know how to do a magic circle, I will link a video above that will show you how, and I will also go through it really quickly with you right now. So you're going to have your yarn tail, which is the free end of the yarn, over here, and the working end of the yarn, which is attached to your skein of yarn. You're going to have that draped over your hand, and then you're going to bring the yarn around your 2 fingers like so, and then you're going to hold the 2 strands of yarn in between your thumb and pinky. Don't worry if you can't get this quite right off the bat if you're just doing this as a beginner. It does take practice. So we're going to make a slip stitch, and then we're going to make 6 single crochets. So if you don't know what a single crochet is, it's where you go through the magic circle, pull up a loop, so you have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, and go straight through the 2 loops on your hook. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now you have 6 single crochets, and you're going to find this yarn tail, which is going to be in between those 2, and you're going to pull that out, and then you're going to, if you're a beginner, you may need to tug on both of these to find which one works for you, but this one I know is going to just pull together with the front one. Okay, so now we're going to bring in our stitch marker, and this is how you use a stitch marker. You just go straight through that stitch and then clasp it, and then you're good to go. And this helps us with marking the beginning and the end of your round. If you don't want to use a stitch marker, you don't have to, but as a beginner, I would highly suggest that you do use one. Alright, so round 2, we're going to put 2 single crochets in each stitch, which is going to total to 12 stitches. So right now we have 6, and then an increase of 2 in each stitch is going to give us 12 total. So you want to find that very first stitch that you made, which is that one, and you're going to go through both of those loops. Alright, so you're going to find that stitch, and you're going to go through both loops on your hook. I'm going to bury my yarn tail, so that just means that you're going to hold it down while you make this stitch. So 1, then another one back in that same stitch, 2, 2 in the next stitch, 3, 4, 2 in the next stitch, 5, 6. Sorry for any noise that you might be hearing from the background. Next stitch, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then your last stitch is the one that we have the stitch marker in, and you're going to put 2 more in there, 11, and 12. Then you put your stitch marker in if you are using one. So now you would want to count your stitches. So it's really easy to count your stitches. So you start with this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So you have 12 stitches. So if you have 12 stitches, you're right on track. Round 3 is 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochet in the next stitch. So this stitch is going to have 1 single crochet, one, and then 2, so 1 single crochet, then 2 single crochet, then 1 single crochet, then 2, 1 in the next stitch, 2 in the next stitch, 1 and 2, and then 1 and 2, one, 2, 1, and then that last stitch that had your stitch marker, you're going to put 2 single crochets. 1 and 2. Then you're going to get your stitch marker and put it back in your stitch. And then you're going to want to count them. So for this round, you should have 18 stitches around. For round 4, you're going to put 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches and then 2 single crochet in the next. So this is basically how you're increasing. So 1 single crochet in the stitch, 1 single crochet in the next, and 2 single crochets, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and 2 single crochet in the next, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 1, 1, 2, so 2, 1, 1, 2, and then 1 single crochet in the next 2, so 1, 1, 2, and then this part is your last bunch of stitches for this round. So 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and then your stitch markers where your 2 single crochets are going to go. So 1 and 2. You're going to put your stitch marker back in. And then you want to count your stitches. So at this point you should have 24. So go ahead and count your stitches. Alright, next for rounds 5 through 8, you're going to put 1 single crochet in each stitch, which is going to keep you at a total stitch count of 24. So this, you're going to be crocheting 1 single crochet for 4 rounds. Okay, so I'll do one round with you, and then I will see you back at the end of your 4 rounds. So 1, I am on round 1 of the 4 rounds right now. Alright, so come back at the end of your 4 rounds, and then I will show you what to do next. Alright, I'm at the end of round 4, and I'm just going to really quickly show you how to count your rows. So, your stitch marker, you're going to just keep that as like a guide. So you're going to count to the side of that up. Alright, so round 1 is here, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we need to finish the 8th row. So 1, and then 2. Okay? So that is the end of your 8th row. We're still going to put the stitch marker in. And at this point you should have a total stitch of 24 stitches. So I'm going to show you how to count that again. So see where your crochet stitch marker is? So you want to start here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start decreasing. So round 9 is 1 single crochet in the next 2, and then single crochet the next 2 together. Sounds complicated and scary? It's really not. So you're going to put a single crochet one, and then single crochet the next 2 together. So that means that you put your hook in, pull the yarn through it as if you were going to do a single crochet, but you're going to stop there so that you have 2 loops on your hook, and then you're going to go into the next stitch directly to the side of it, and then you're going to pull through another loop, so you'll have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and then pull through all 3 of those loops. So now you single crocheted 2 stitches together. So it's 1 single crochet, one single crochet, and then single crochet 2 stitches together. 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through all 3. 1, 1, 2. So that, when I said 2, that was single crocheting 2 stitches together. Okay, so 1, 1, and single crochet the next 2 stitches together. 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, and the last 2 stitches is going to be your single crochet 2 stitches together. So you're going to be landing on your stitch marker. So as long as you have these 2 stitches at the end of your row for this row, then you're good. If you have one less stitch or one extra stitch, then you did something wrong. And that's okay. Sometimes it takes trial and error many times. Single crochet 2 together. Then you're going to put your stitch marker back into that stitch. And if you do end up at an error, sometimes all you have to do is just take that full stitch count or that full round of stitches until you reach your stitch marker out, and then try it again. And if it still isn't going quite right, then you may have to backtrack and then start over again. Or if you don't want to and you just want to try it how it is, then you can just do that too. If you want to just see how it turns out with the error still in there, you can do that. It will alter the rest of the pattern, but if you want to try that, you can. Alright, so round 10 is 1 single crochet, then single crochet 2 stitches together. By the way, for round 9, which we just ended, you should have a stitch count of 18. Round 10 is 1 single crochet, then single crochet 2 stitches together. So don't go back into this stitch. It's going to look like there's a stitch there because of that little hole, but that's not it. That's the stitch that we just pulled the 2 stitches together. So you're going to go to the side of that. So here, do a single crochet, and then single crochet your next 2 stitches together. 1, 2, 1 single crochet, and then single crochet these 2 stitches together. Okay, 1 single crochet in the stitch, single crochet the next 2 stitches together, 1 single crochet in the next, single crochet 2 stitches together, 1 single crochet, single crochet 2 stitches together, 1 single crochet, and then you should land on the stitch marker if you are following the pattern. And so when you land on the stitch marker, those will be your last 2 single crochets that you single crochet together for this round. Okay, then you want to insert your stitch marker back. I've got to say, guys, if you're a beginner, get a stitch marker or a pack of stitch markers. They don't have to be this kind. They can be round ones. They can be a different style if you want to, but I would highly, highly, highly suggest getting stitch markers. They help make your life so much easier. Alright, so for this, you're going to stuff it. If you want to stuff it now, you can. If you want to wait until the circle closes up a little bit more, you can do that too. And you'll want to use a little bit at a time so that you don't like overstuff or anything. And then you want to hold all of this down and then just stuff it in with your fingers. And if you need a stuffing stick, if you buy the bags of polyfill, they usually come, at least where I get them, they come with a free stuffing stick inside. So, bonus. Alright. So now, that's pretty good right now. You don't want to overstuff it at this point because you don't want it to be like too hard to close your stitches or anything. Alright, so the next round, round 11, you're going to single crochet 2 together all the way around. You're going to go into this stitch, go underneath those 2 loops, grab your hook, grab your yarn, go through 1, okay, go to the next stitch, go through the next, grab your yarn, pull it through, and 2 together. You're going to do that all the way around. Careful not to confuse the next stitch with this little hole that's right there, because that is part of your single crocheting 2 together. So go into the next stitch, and if you get a little bit of stuffing, you can always take your hook out and then re-enter that stitch. 1, 2, okay, and then your last 2 stitches is going to be the last 2 single crochet, or the last single crochet 2 together, I'm sorry, of this round. 1 and 2. So now your stitches should have gone down to a total of 6. So what you want to do is you want to just make sure that you're happy with how stuffed it is. If you have made other ones, you can see how the stuffing feels. So I am just going to follow through with the pattern. So for round 12, all you're going to do is you're going to slip stitch in the next stitch. So slip stitch, go into your next stitch, so this stitch right here, grab the yarn, pull it through, and then pull it straight through the loop on your hook. Okay? And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to have a good length of yarn to cut a good several inches, and then you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut it. So you're going to have this much left. So that's quite a lot, and you want a lot. Alright, so you're going to pull that, then you're going to take this out. You don't need this anymore. And then you're going to take your yarn needle and your yarn. And I've seen different techniques of how people do this, but the one that works for me is to twist the end and then pull it through. Okay. And now you're going to weave in and out of the last stitches and knot off. So what you're going to do is you're going to go through this loop and then go through the other side, pull it a little bit, go to the next one and go through the other side, pull that a little bit, go to the next one, go to the other side. That one's going to be a little bit of a bigger post there. And then I'm just going to go through this one other time, just for good measure. And then you're going to pull it to pull that closed. Okay? Next, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go through this side and meet back up where the yarn is coming out of. You're going to want to pull that. Don't pull it all the way though, because you're going to want to put your needle back through that loop and then pull on that to kind of make a knot. And I always like to do this a few times. I don't like to just do one knot and then finish it off because I'm afraid that it'll come undone. So I just kind of go in and out of stitches, and then I'm going to make my knot. So I'm just going through the stitches that the needle will let me go through. And then pull that through. And then I don't know if you guys saw that, but I did the same thing as I did for the very first one that I showed you. So I'm going through the stitches, and then I'm carrying my yarn, my needle and my yarn straight through that loop to create another knot. Okay? Then you're going to go through the same general area, but you're not going to go through where you just came out of, okay, because that might undo it. So you're going to go through another stitch, and I'm going to go through this part here. I'm just going to insert it and carry it through a random stitch that you don't, it doesn't matter which stitch you do. And then you just kind of tug on that to kind of pull the bottom inwards. And then shape it as you go if you want to, or you can just wait till the end to shape it. It's up to you. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go through that little stitch right there, pull it through, and then before you pull it all the way through, you're going to do the same thing that I have been showing you, and you're going to go through this loop here and pull it tight, and then you're going to just bring that straight through another loop. And this time I'm going to go through the top to show you how to do the little ribbon rope thing that's up here. Alright, so I'm going to push this through the top. I'm going to get it as close to the top as I can. Okay. And then I'm going to go through another stitch. I'm going to go through this one, and then I'm going to go out here, but I'm not going to pull this all the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it until I'm happy with the length, and I'm just going to let it sit on my finger. And if you don't want it this short, you can pull your finger up longer to make it longer, or if you want it shorter, you can always pull it down to make it shorter. Okay? So I'm just going to kind of leave it like this. Then you're going to come over to the side, and you're going to go through, you're going to actually go through one of the stitches. Go through that loop and pull. And if it makes you feel more comfortable, you can totally have your finger on there that whole time that you're doing this. And then I'm just going to carry it out through the body. Knotting it off at several different points, just because that makes me feel a lot more at ease about it not coming undone. So this will be the last knot that I do. I'm going to go through that loop, pull it tight, and then I'm going to go through that little area right there. I'm going to go straight out through another little stitch. Totally random stitch. If you want to do it in a certain spot where you feel like it'll keep from your stitches coming undone, you can do that. And then if you want to bring it back out a different area, you can, just so that it kind of intertwines with everything on the inside, all the stuffing and all the yarn that you're weaving in. And then you're going to kind of pull the yarn a little bit. Then you're going to cut it close to your project. And then you can just scrap this little bit of yarn. Or if you want to keep it for a different project, you can, but I'm just going to toss it. Alright, so that is the body of the face. Okay, and then in the next tutorial that I'm going to show you, I will have it linked up in the corner here. It's going to pop out. So I will have a video tutorial on how to do a face next. The face I'm going to be showing you in the next video is going to be this face. So you can kind of see how the eyes kind of look like hearts, and then the mouth. So in the next video, this is the look that I'm going to be aiming for the second try. So join me over there in that video. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial on how to crochet the body, and I hope that it was easy for you. If you have questions, you can always leave them in the comment section, or if you want to tweet me, I will have my Twitter link down below, so you can tweet me questions there. And I will do my best to answer them, or I will even I might even make a Q&A video where I answer your questions, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, thank you guys for watching this video, and stay tuned for my next one. Bye!